Oh, Willie. Morrissey came along at a time in your life when you were very vulnerable. Okay, he's engineered a situation. You feel beholden to him, and he is playing it. He is playing it to the hill.
How is he doing that?
So, aren't you the woman that helps him get into the halfway house to Les's
How he
room?
got in there is not important. He found evidence.
Why are you being so stubborn? He planted the cell phone when you were talking to the supervisor.
You're telling me that Keith found Julia's phone covered in blood, wrapped it in cellophane, and then planted it in the dumbwaiter? It's gruesome.
Well, here's something else then, darling. If Les is really guilty and he wipes his fingerprints, why didn't he wipe away the blood? And why was he such a damn fool as to take the cell phone with him?
See, what you're really saying here is you don't think that Les killed Julia? You think Keith did?
You've already done an autopsy on my sister. Cause of death, her head was bashed in by her psychotic ex-husband.
The coroner did find evidence of blunt force trauma. However, when Dr. Harris took a second look at this report,
Wait a minute, Dr. Harris. Dr. Harris is married to Sweeney's lawyer.
Dr. Harris and Miss Griffin are divorced. Their former relationship has no bearing.
The hell it doesn't! Miss Griffin is using her ex-husband to get her client off, and you're just standing there letting it happen.
I'm sorry, Meg. I'd like to enjoy this, but I don't appreciate being set up.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm here to meet a real estate developer.
Real estate? Lisa called me because she was having some fashion crisis. She needed me to cover for a coordinator.
She called me too.
You saying that Lisa is playing Cupid?
No, it was Katie.
You set them up?
Yes, so they could realize what a mistake they're making and get back together. Henry, I had to prove to you that it's not...
No. This is not about me. That you just feel guilty because you told Craig he was a father.
Of course I feel guilty. If I would have just kept my big mouth shut, Mike and Jen would be out of the country and happily married. Just like you and I were before you decided that you couldn't trust me.
Oh, contraire, darling. I trust you to do exactly what you did, and that is to fly to Mike's aid.
So he could marry Jennifer.
So you could feel safe.
No, honey, so you could feel safe. I love you. And if you weren't so stuck on my past, you would see that we could have a wonderful future. Just like Mike and Jen.
Katie feels terrible about what happened.
Well, it wasn't Katie's fault that Craig followed us to Vegas.
Still, she feels responsible.
Because he's her brother? She can't control him any more than I can control Paul or Will.
Okay, the point is she's on our side. Like, she wants us to be happy, and she doesn't want Craig to win.
Well, it's too late. He's already won.
Yeah, this is Craig Montgomery. Is there any word on my shipment? The boat was due in, an hour ago. The Asian Star from Singapore.
Yeah, it's due any minute.
Oh. Well, will you tell Mr. Wah that I'll meet him at Metro?
I'll give him your message as soon as he arrives.
All right. I'll have another.
So that's the plan. Reactions? If we pull this off, Greg will be finished. I think if we do anything smaller scale, it puts Jen at risk. We gotta do this thing now.
I just wish there was another way.
Sierra, you have to stop thinking about Craig and think about Jennifer. I warned you about Craig and street jeans.
I'm not disagreeing with you, Barbara. We all know that Craig has had more second chances than he deserves.
Then why are we even debating this? Because this is a serious decision. Once it's made, there's no turning back. The man's life is over.
Great. Is there anyone in this room, is there anyone in this town who hasn't suffered because of Craig Montgomery?
So we agree?
You even have to ask?
He's left us no choice.
Paul? Oh, I've been waiting for this for a long time.
And I've been saving this for a long time. Darling.
Nice.
Sierra. Dusty. Paul. I think this occasion deserves a toast, don't you? To better days.
And goodbye, Montgomery. Montgomery's expecting a shipment from Singapore.
Knockoffs of Jennifer's designs, it's beyond the pale.
It's business. Luckily, he's got more orders than he can fill, which is why he called Hua.
Hua? A loathsome little toad who owns sweatshops in Malaysia.
But he can turn around an order overnight.
I'm assuming he can be bought, then.
For enough coin, this guy will flip on his grandmother. You'll call him? Yeah, it's gonna take some time. Can you handle Craig? Can you keep him busy?
Oh, it would be my pleasure.
Well, are you sure that Craig hasn't met Hua? I mean, he goes to Singapore a lot.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they move in different circles. Craig's never met him directly, only through middlemen. Can you handle Margot?
Yes.
Then we're all set. Great, call me. When it's a go. Let's do it.
The thing is, Katie, none of this changes how you feel about Mike.
Henry, would I be bending over backwards trying to get him back together with Jennifer if I still had feelings for him?
Do you really expect me to answer that?
Yes.
No. No, I do not pretend to understand how women think.
Well, you understand exactly how I think. That's why we're together.
No, what I know is that you will never forget Mike.
And you'll forget Vonda?
How did you know about Vonda?
You talk in your sleep. But it's fine. We're not 16 years old. I know you've had relationships, too.
6 weeks with a female contortionist. Now, that's a bit of heaven, but it's nowhere near what you had with Mike.
Mike is in my past, just as I hope Vonda's in yours.
Yet she married a sword swallower. They're raising Rottweilers in Berlin.
Good. I hope they'll be very happy. Just as I hope Mike and Jen will be very happy. Just how limber was she?
About a minute or two past al dente.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Could she wrap her legs around her neck?
And tie it in a bow tie.
But did she make you happy?
Well, there's happy, and then there's momentary bliss, you know?
So it is possible to have bliss with somebody and then move on to somebody else? Somebody you can share things with that you couldn't share with somebody who loves Rottweilers.
Or power tools.
Like a sense of humor, Fred Astaire movies, card tricks.
You're trying to seduce me.
Is it working?
Did you talk to Mike?
Yes, I did. And he is totally in love with Jennifer and completely committed to being her husband and the father to her child.
Right, but she's determined to go it alone.
She doesn't want Mike to suffer for her mistakes. But what she doesn't understand is trashing a wonderful relationship because of a mistake is a mistake.
Okay, I suppose it would be reassuring if Mike and Jen were to get back together.
So why don't you go over there?
Over what, the Lakeview?
Yeah, that's where they're meeting.
What do you want me to do, spy on them?
No, just send over a nice bottle of champagne.
Jennifer likes to dance, doesn't she?
Yeah, and I happen to know that Lisa has musicians on staff. You'll let me know how it goes?
Yeah, I could do that.
Because it would be really, really nice if I could tell Snickers that Daddy's coming home tonight.
I'll call you.
Craig hasn't won. He's just trying to intimidate you because he is a bully.
He hired an attorney who's already served me with a subpoena. He wants me to take a prenatal DNA test as soon as medically possible, and once he's found out that
those tests would put the baby at risk. What kind of father would do that?
A father who cares more about his own rights than his child. He wants shared custody, and if I refuse, he'll go for sole custody.
He'll never get sole custody.
Yeah, well, I never thought that he could get a court order for a prenatal DNA test, but obviously he's found a judge who sympathizes with him.
So we'll get another judge.
There is no we, Mike. That's the point. Now, please, I can't argue about this anymore. It's just too hard.
Okay. You know what? Is that what you're gonna tell your kid in 20 years when he comes to you, wants to know why his family's all screwed up, why he never had a decent father, that it was too hard?
Ness insists he's being framed.
And you believe him?
Can you look me in the eye and tell me that you're absolutely certain that Marcy did not plant the cell phone?
Why would Keith plant the cell phone unless he was 100% sure that Les's fingerprints were on it?
Maybe he ain't so smart as you seem to think he is.
Oh, I see. So it's not bad enough that he murdered his sister that he loved. Now he's stupid. You've made a very nice case for me not getting involved with him, which is what this is really about anyway, isn't it?
Oh, I hope you're not going to, darling, because you're a married woman.
I'm a separated woman.
With brains, with beauty, with 3 children, one of them not even out of diapers yet.
Oh, Keith and I, we should wait to have a child of our own, at least until Natalie's out of pre-K.
You just mock me. Go ahead. I don't care. I saw what I saw. And I saw him with his shirt off and you, your hands doing, I don't know, you're holding hands, whatever you want to call it.
I was holding antiseptic and a bandage. The man was bleeding.
And you were drooling.
You know what your problem is? You need something to do because you're bored. You need a husband.
Oh, please.
Or maybe you want to date Keith. That's what this is about, isn't
Don't
it?
change the subject, honey.
Oh, right, because your love life, when we talk about that, that's no good. But me, my love life is up for grabs. Excuse me.
Where are you going? We're not through yet.
If you'd like to stay and talk to the couch, be my guest.
Honey, the man is dangerous.
Oh, I don't think so.
Why? Why? Because he looks cute in Holden's shirt?
Oh, enough.
Be angry. Be angry. I'm unfair. I don't care. I'm worried about you.
No, you're not. You're worried about change. Things are going to change. Yes, they're going to change. They will never be the same again. Because Holden has moved on, and I'm trying to do the same.
Honey, where are you headed?
I am going
That's
down to the
question.
station and talk to Tom to see if there's any more developments in Julia's case.
And tell me, what about your family? That worries about you? Carrying on with somebody who's no good for you?
According to Dr. Harris, Julia's airway was constricted by swelling of the throat.
So you're saying she was strangled?
Well, I can't say. Now, we know that she injured her head during the struggle with Lily, and that would be the evidence of the trauma. But until we get a second look at the throat, we really can't be certain what killed her or who did it.
If you go anywhere near my sister's body, I swear to God, I will destroy you.
Margaret, do you have a minute?
No, not really, no.
It's about Craig.
Oh, you heard?
Well, he apparently has a child on the way.
He asked me to vouch for him, but he's gonna go after Jennifer for custody.
How do you feel about that?
With Craig as a father, that child has a better chance tossed onto the open highway.
Yes, this is Craig Montgomery again. Last time I called, you told me my shipment was due any minute. Oh, well, that's fine. All right, I'm coming right down. You tell Mr. Waugh if the ship docks before I get there. I'll meet him on the pier. All right, thank you.
Just the man I was looking for.
Oh, no, I've done that.
Oh, don't rush away. We have things to discuss.
I have business.
More important than the future of our family?
Our family?
Yes. According to my daughter, I'm about to become a grandmother, thanks to you.
You gonna pour that on my suit?
Oh, don't be silly. You know I've always loved you in that suit.
Boiling oil, maybe.
Oh, Craig, that was then, this is now. You've made me very happy, and I want to celebrate. Welcome to the family.
How can you accuse me of giving in? I'm gonna fight Craig.
By what? Letting him call all the shots? Come on, he's already cost us our relationship. Now he's gonna get a court order to do tests on your baby? What's next? Is he gonna want to move in with you?
Oh, don't be disgusting.
Hey, don't you see? He wants total control.
Well, he's not gonna get it.
Fine, tell him that by marrying me.
Oh.
Look, hey, I know this is hard. And I know that you think you're doing the right thing, but look, it doesn't have to be like this. All right, Craig is just interested in the baby, and once we sort all that out, everybody will be calm. We'll have our family. All right, and we'll deal with Craig one crisis at a time, but we'll be together. We'll be a family. Don't let him take that away from you.
Okay, whoa. Time out. I'm sorry, it was great. We weren't expecting a serenade.
Whose idea was this?
That would be my idea.
Katie.
No, Katie's more of a folk, rocky kind of gal. I thought something a little higher end, you know. Or not. Ty możesz i ty, Igor. Everything okay?
No. As a matter of fact, your timing couldn't be worse.
Okay, I'll leave you two alone.
No, it's all right. It's all right. I'm all talked out.
You just threaten me, Mr. Marcy?
I'm just making myself clear that if you dig up my sister's body, I will sue you and I will sue the coroner.
Your reaction seems a bit extreme.
Well, how would you feel if they wanted to dig up somebody that you loved?
If I thought it could help solve a murder?
We know who did it. Sweeney. He put my sister in the hospital more than once. He confessed to JJ. Put JJ up on the stand, and he'll tell you so. Give the jury that phone. I don't care that Sweeney's prints are on it, because the jury will see past all that legal mumbo-jumbo. Sweeney had motive. He had opportunity. He is guilty of sin. And what you want to do, digging up my sister's body, is just a fishing expedition, and I will not allow it.
Am I interrupting something?
You are. I think we can both use a break.
All right.
No, I'm not.
You came here for a reason, didn't you?
Yes, I did. I feel very responsible for what's happened here. I put Jennifer and Craig together. I forced her to work with him. Barbara warned me not to do it, but I didn't listen because I was so sure that he had changed. I was so proud of myself that I had finally gotten through to him. But I was wrong. He seduced her, he stole her company, and now he wants to steal her baby. And Jennifer is never going to recover unless I do something to stop it. But I need your help.
But he is the father. I don't see how we can prevent him from staking his claim.
I have an idea.
Oh,
Hi.
I'm sorry. I think I had the wrong address.
Come on in. You're in the right place. I've been waiting for you.
You're looking for an actor?
Yes, I am, and I think that... Yeah, you might just be perfect for this part.
Is this for a commercial? My agent didn't have any details.
No, it's not a commercial. You'll be playing the part of Hua, a very powerful businessman from Singapore.
Oh, I see. For a film. Well, I did complete a independent film in Chicago last year.
Great. Yeah, no, it's not a film. It's more of a reality TV show, only, you know, without the cameras.
Well, I don't know what my agent told you, but I don't do porn.
No, of course you don't. Neither do I.
What exactly do you want me to do?
I realize that this is not the ideal situation, but it is the reality. And I'm nothing if not a pragmatist.
What's in it for you?
Precisely.
Honest.
When Paul told me that Jennifer had run away with Mike, and that I'd never see her again, never get a chance to hold my grandchild in my arms.
She was running away from me.
Yes, of course she was. But she would have run away sooner or later. Spread her wings. All children do that. But now, with the baby and married to Mike, she's gonna stay right here in Oakdale. All thanks to you.
Well, that's illogical.
But true nonetheless. And if I've learned anything, it's to make the best of things.
Lemonade.
Is it really so hard to love a baby? And if we can't learn
to bury the hatchet.
Yes, about things in the past. and look forward to a brighter future together.
Sure, let's celebrate.
What are you doing?
I like champagne. I want to live past the toast.
You think that I...
Dope the champagne? Well, let's see. Bottoms up.
Coming up on As the World Turns.
I know what you did.
Henry told you?
Figured it out for myself.
No, listen, Mike, before you say anything else, just let me explain.
Oh, I thought it would be a good idea to inspect the cargo, make sure that Boulevard didn't steal any of Jennifer's designs.
In short, this is your worst nightmare.
Not thirsty.
I'm just shocked that you
That I
think
would
that...
catch you out.
What do you mean?
You never know what I mean. I am suing your daughter for custody of your grandchild, and you want to celebrate. You know I am expecting a shipment of jeans here tonight. That's why you waltzed in here with that bad cocktail to sabotage me.
Don't be ridiculous.
If I don't show up at the docks to sign for my goods, I don't get the goods. Boulevard Jeans goes bankrupt. That's why you come in here with laced champagne.
I've done no such thing, Craig.
Prove it.
There. Now, if you'll excuse me.
No, sit down. You don't want to run away and just sleep that off, do you?
For the last time, I did not drug your champagne.
No, sit down. We can have a conversation about the baby. Sit down.
Sorry about that. You know, violinists, temperamental, expensive.
It was a sweet thought.
So, what happened? I mean, I know what happened.
Well, the whole town of Oakdale knows I'm carrying Craig's child.
Yeah, I know. I meant with you and Mike. I guess Katie thought that maybe some quality alone time together would do the trick.
Yeah, well, you know, Katie's been great. I mean, she came to Vegas to stop Craig from ruining our wedding. But, to be completely honest with you, Craig doesn't care who I marry, as long as he can sink his fangs into my child.
So, okay, I'm a little slow on this sort of thing, but if Craig doesn't care if you marry Mike, then
Henry, I can't drag Mike into a lifetime of riding to my rescue.
Sweetheart, Mike was born on a white horse. He was born to do that sort of thing. And if you don't marry him, then he'll find someone else who with worse troubles. And, that could be terrible for everybody, for you especially, because he loves you. He does.
Well, Henry, Katie loves you very much. You do know that, don't you?
The thing is, Katie, none of this changes how you feel about Mike.
Would I be bending over backwards, trying to get him back together with Jennifer if I still had feelings for him?
I know what you did.
Henry told you?
Figured it out for myself.
No, listen, Mike, before you say anything else, just let me explain.
So the coroner assumed that Julia died from the blow to her head, but didn't investigate the injury to her throat?
Well, they're just trying to get him off.
Les?
Well, if they can prove that he didn't bash her head in, that she just, you know, choked on a pretzel.
Maybe he punched her in the throat or he strangled her. Nobody knows what happened.
I know what happened. She's dead. And I'm not gonna let them dig up her body and cause her any more misery. That's not gonna happen. Nope.
You are not serious. I have never been more serious about anything in my life. Margot, I am the one who had Craig kidnapped and locked away in the monastery.
You should not be saying
No,
that
my
to me here.
my only point is I really have tried everything. Because I thought there was something worth salvaging, a soul in there to save, but you know what? I was wrong. And you know what? This may sound incredibly harsh, but in my heart, I believe that if Bryant would have had any other father, he would be alive today.
I don't think Craig would argue with you on that.
But would he admit that he killed Alan? That he stood by and let that happen? I mean, I don't have any proof, but I am sure that it was his fault, and I'm sure it was his fault that Lucy was kidnapped and buried in a box. And what about little Cabot and Rosanna and how she has suffered because he has cut so many corners?
Right. We agree that Craig is the problem. That's not the issue. It's what to do about him.
Well, we can't change him. All we can do is find a way to not stand by and let him destroy that child.
Sierra, what you're asking me to do is against the law.
It's in the name of justice. Listen, we are running out of time. Will you do it?
I'm sorry, Mr. Wah. He insisted on speaking with you.
I don't understand. I've done nothing wrong, nothing illegal.
Oh, I'm definitely not a cop. My name's Dusty Donovan. I'm vice president of Worldwide, Inc. Street Chains is a subsidiary of mine.
I'm not interested in who stole what from whom. I'm a legitimate businessman.
Then let's talk business. I need a favor, and I pay top dollar.
What kind of favor?
Oh, sleepy?
It's the company.
How about a cold shower?
If you thought of that before, we wouldn't be in this situation.
Oh, you make me laugh.
Oh, and you make me...
Be nice for the baby.
Jennifer's baby, yes.
Admit you drugged my drink, I'll call a bellboy to tuck you in.
Tuck you.
You're a scream.
Mr. Montgomery?
Mr. Wong? Hi.
Forgive me for interrupting.
No, that's quite all right. I'm glad you tracked me down.
They're unloading the shipment.
Yes.
Perhaps we could go to the dock for inspection?
Yes, let's go.
Your companion appears to be ill.
Yes, but we can let her sleep this off. Let's go.
After you.
Yes.
I can't believe you let him beat you at your own game.
You never underestimate your mother, darling.
Bubbles? Oh, she adores me. We're happy as clams.
Well, I'm glad. Because, you know, I used to think that Katie would always love Mike. You know, that he was her Ashley.
Oh, what does that make me, the guy with the mustache?
Rhett Butler? Well, we all know how Scarlett felt about him.
Was that before or after he carried her up the stairs?
Henry, Rhett Butler was Scarlett's soulmate. He understood her more than anybody else, and he appreciated her the way she stood up to him. She was fearless.
And very beautiful.
And stubborn.
Yeah.
She had to lose him before she realized how much she loved him.
So, all that stuff she says at the end of the movie about how she loved him and wanted him to stay.
She meant every word.
So why did he leave?
Oh, ego. You know how men get. Their pride gets in the way and they can't see the bigger picture. Like if they'd only stayed, they could live happily ever after.
They hadn't walked out the door. I gotta go. Are you gonna be okay?
Yeah, you go home to your wife.
Okay.
Tell her thank you for me and that I'm gonna be fine.
You don't have to explain. I know your heart was in the right place.
You do?
Yeah, but you gotta cut it out. You gotta let me handle this on my own.
Oh. Oh, you're talking about...
Roping Lisa into setting Jen and me up the Lakeview? What'd you think I was talking about?
Oh, Henry was on his way over there to check on you guys. What happened? Didn't Jennifer show up?
Well, she showed up. We talked. Wasn't going anywhere. I left.
But you still love each other.
Yeah, well, your brother hired a lawyer. He's got a court order that's gonna force Jen to have a prenatal DNA test.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's not your fault. You can't control what your brother does.
Mike, listen, I know this might be hard to understand right now, but deep down inside, I just want you to be happy. And I know Jennifer loves you still. I know she does. So if you'll just be a little bit patient, I know she'll understand eventually that you two can work things out.
No, you've been great through all this. Come on. Henry's a very lucky guy.
I'm the lucky one.
You know what? Just do me a favor, though. Just let this play out. No more riding to the rescue. These things have a way of working out the way they're supposed to if you let them.
Is this everything I ordered? Well, I've got a lot of customers waiting.
It's all here. But as I explained, in order to manufacture the garments for the lowest price, certain allowances had to be made.
Oh, sure. I understand. Just as long as they're different enough to avoid a lawsuit. I've got worldwide legal breathing down my neck.
We followed every instruction to the letter.
All right, good. Well, let's see what you got.
Hello, Craig.
What is this?
Oh, Worldwide thought it would be a good idea to inspect the cargo, make sure that Boulevard didn't steal any of Jennifer's designs.
In short,
This is your worst nightmare.
knock yourself out.
Good.
Hey, that's private property.
We got a 335 on Pier 1 requesting backup.
First she steals my heart, now she's stealing my hat.
How'd it go?
Didn't.
You know, I think from now on we should just let Mike and Jennifer deal with this on their own.
Yeah, let's talk about why you called Lisa and set this whole thing up. You wanted to prove to me that you were over Mike. You know what? Whatever you may feel for him, I'm sure part of you will always love him. It's okay. Because you love me. And that's all that matters.
Thank you for saying that, but if you're still mad at me, I totally understand, because I never should have told Craig about the baby.
I know why you told Craig about the baby. And frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
You know, I could never talk Julie out of something once she made up her mind. She's very stubborn. And I tried to get her to come back to Chicago with me. I tried to get her to break up with Holden, but, you know, she wouldn't do it. I couldn't save her. But now that she's dead, I'm just not gonna let them torture her anymore.
If you try to stop this exhumation, Les walks.
Sweeney's gonna walk anyways.
No, not necessarily. Not if they can find a way to link Les to the crime.
What, if they're gonna, you know, come up with some other theory that she was choked to death instead of having her head bashed in? I mean, There's still no fingerprints, there's no confession, there's no witnesses, and that's what the DA wants. And I'm telling you, they're not gonna find it by digging up my sister's body.
I know that Tom is frustrated.
Well, you know what? My heart bleeds.
He is a good person, and he's a good prosecutor. If he feels that he has to pursue this, then...
Why would I trust him?
Because you have to think about JJ. JJ needs to be safe. He needs to feel that he doesn't have to keep looking over his shoulder. He needs to settle in somewhere where he doesn't feel like his father's gonna take him. I know what you feel. But trust me, if you try to stop this, even though you feel like you're protecting Julia, you're gonna regret it.
The idea of digging up my sister's coffin, opening it up,
I know.
it's Willie's.
I'll help you. Get through this, I will.
Just because we know Craig, just because we know his track record, does that give us the right to make this kind of decision?
It gives us a responsibility. I, for one, cannot stand by and watch another innocent child be destroyed.
He's the father. How are you going to stop him?
Craig is a runaway train, and I will do everything I have to stop him. But I need your help.
Don't you worry now. Jennifer's going to have a wonderful pregnancy and a beautiful, healthy baby. And we're all gonna live happily ever after. And bye-bye, Craig.
Hey, that'll cost you.
About $1,000 on the street.
Oh, that doesn't sound very good at all.
Looks like he's got some explaining to do.
On the next As the World Turns.
I want to forget about this. I want to forget that Julia was murdered. I just want to be here, right now, with you. A proper date with the man I love.
Oh, Julia.
We talked about this. You know this is the right thing to do.
No, it's not the right thing to do. It's not gonna happen. I don't know why I let you guys talk me into this. It's not gonna happen. Not today.
Craig Montgomery, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you.
Breaking my
in court of
heart,
law.
Margot.
No, Craig.
You're breaking mine.